What's going on, guys? It's your girl Shantae Z checking in for a brand spanking new tea and things. I'm chilling with my homegirl.
Nia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We're here back in the building.
Building.
For sure. We're going to get into some of the celebrity tea and some things. We are going to start out with shouting out our sponsor here,
Lucky
Lucky
coin. Uh-oh.
If you have a small business that you would like to grow,
Yes.
get you some coins.
Yes.
Hit
Yes.
us up and we'll get you in touch.
Yes. 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 So what we got going on today, sis?
They got a lot going on, but you know what? Most of everything is good. Okay, so we're not gonna go. It's holiday season. We're not gonna go with all this bad stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, yay! Congrats! Y'all know I love me some Megan Good. Love her. Love. Congrats! She got engaged.
Yes.
And I'm very, very happy for her because,
Well, I'm proud of her that she stuck it out with her man. All the people was talking all that junk about him and what happened in, a whole nother situation. So I'm very happy that, she was like, I ain't gonna let nobody else steal what I feel
right.
is my happy.
Right, yeah. Because she had to go through that because when she got with him, he had
That charge for beating the assault charge.
And then he lost some deals.
A lot of deals.
Yeah, he lost deals. And it take a big person to like go through all of that. And she was coming out of a divorce.
Oh yeah.
She was coming out of a divorce. I mean, they've only been together a couple of years.
Well,
they met like 2 years ago. So wow.
But what did make me mad about the whole situation is everybody was talking about the infamous toe. Did you see the toe?
No, I didn't.
See, I am so mad. So everybody's showing the picture of her getting her ring, or like she was like showing the ring. They were on a red carpet, and then somebody zoomed in on her feet and showed the infamous toe hanging over the top of her shoe.
You know why?
So now, can't nobody say, "Oh, I'm so happy for Megan." Everybody talking about the toe. Why? Can't she just be happy?
You know what?
Why she got to talk about the toe?
That social media, I'm telling you,
baby, you better be flawless.
Like not even flawless. Like I could
airbrushed.
I can think back. I mean, it just can pick up things that you're just not even thinking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, right. She can't help that the toe was hanging over the thing. Jeez.
I gotta go look at the toe. Megan is perfect. I've never seen her not be perfect. So you mean she got a toe hanging?
Girl, a toe hanging.
I cannot. Like, she's gorgeous.
That I was
body
like,
body snatch,
baby,
beautiful, everything.
First of all, her body is off the chain.
What?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, if I can
bend off the chain.
Bend off the chain.
So if all y'all can find is a toe
hanging over the front
of her probably $1 million shoe, I'll take it.
Right, that part.
I will take it. Megan, take it.
Exactly.
Take it, girl.
But I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, congrats to her. It's good. Yeah, and she overcame a lot, because when you're getting with somebody and they're going through especially like abuse, drama. Especially abuse, like if they've been beating women.
I know, and it's kind of scary because it's like then you know that they have the tendency, you just don't know what brought it out. But I feel like any person can get to the breaking point. I feel like if you got somebody and they really, really pushing your buttons,
I feel that way.
Sure. I feel like somebody can bring you to the breaking point. But anyways, what else we got? Because we just gonna go on talking about this.
Well, congrats to Meg. We love you, Meg. All right, so we are happy Young Thug is out, right?
Thugger.
Longest trial
in history.
They are saying this was like one of the longest trials in Georgia, for sure. But Y'all leave the man alone. He ain't been out 5 minutes. So, AEG.
AG Entertainment, which is a big prominent like entertainment company that puts on like concerts, other events. They had some nightclubs and all of that. So anyways,
right.
AG Entertainment.
So they had a lawsuit going because YSL, the rap stars, they didn't fulfill their touring agreement. So now he's out now.
So now they're trying to collect.
They want that $5 million.
He ain't got $5 million. The prosecutor has it. I'm sorry, y'all are not gonna collect on that.
But
I just wondered to myself though. So I wonder if they had to like pre-book the venues and all. I mean, I'm sure they had to do something. Maybe they had already started doing the promotions and stuff, and that's why they want the $5 million back. I wondered if they lost $5 million, or are they saying that we're out of the $5 million we would have made if he would have gone on tour. I wonder what is the beef actually about.
Right.
We're gonna have to figure it out.
The suit was filed in 2020.
Oh dang.
And so, now that he's out, they want to move forward with the suit and collect $5 million. So I do want to do a little bit more digging and see what exactly
they suing him for.
Yeah, but I know that it is a breach of contract on touring.
Can you really breach the contract if you in jail? Like can he then come back and say, I had every intent to go on tour. However, my incarceration stopped me. So are you suing Georgia as well? I'm just saying.
I don't know.
But we gonna find out.
But listen, we gonna find out. But I think it sucks. I mean, I think, I don't know the whole story, but I mean, it's business, so sometimes in business you gotta sue.
Well, maybe they'll do.
But I think they could have gave him like a couple more weeks.
I mean, he can't even
give him past the holidays. Bring it back up in 2025.
I mean, first of all, he can't even be in Atlanta doing any type of shows or any type, because that's like a condition, like a stipulation. He can't do anything in the city of Atlanta. So he has no way to make money in his own city.
And that sucks.
So he'll have to go to Macon or Augusta. So you can catch Thugga Thugga in Augusta.
They kill me how with the artists, how the government, we're gonna say, come up with these laws, because they have BG on they have him on a lot of restrictions as well.
Well, maybe we'll see Thugga Thugga in Marietta. Or maybe Ackworth.
Marietta might be too close.
Maybe Dallas.
I'll drive to Macon. I'll get somebody to drive me to Macon.
Look, I'm like, hey, Marietta still love you. Thugga. Come on out and see us.
But that sucks. But yeah, that's happening.
It happened.
He's being sued, and we hate it because we like him
so much.
No, we like Thug.
We do like him. We like him a lot.
A lot. And moving on. So, you guys, guess who's coming out of retirement?
Who?
Cameron Diaz. I was actually really excited.
I didn't know she was retired.
I
didn't even know she was retired, let alone coming back.
But when I saw her, I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Cameron Diaz in a minute.
The last time I remember seeing her was in Annie. You know that movie with Jamie Foxx, and she was like the old.
Oh yeah.
She was supposed to be like the old hag or whatever that was
washed. Right, that was a really good movie, and I got something exciting to tell you.
But she played that role so good. I was like,
she's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah,
she is so good.
Yeah, she's good. I like it.
I love Cameron Diaz. I've always loved her. I mean, she's a good actress. She's really good.
I give it to her.
Yeah. What was the movie she did with the I love that movie. Oh, and hi Koi.
Hey friend.
What was the movie she did with the boy? He was the brother.
What
is
this?
Franklin. I know. Well,
this mean?
I don't want to. I don't want to go on that scene.
Look, what does this mean?
With the Franks and Beans.
Franks and Beans.
Oh my God! Well, a really popular movie. Something about Mary. That's it. I'm doing that because I don't know if you remember, but she had gotten
Oh, I
remember semen in her hair, and it was sticking straight up.
Oh my gosh, too funny. All right.
Yeah.
We got any more celebrity news?
I'm not finished telling y'all about Cameron and what she got going on.
Okay.
So she is coming out of retirement.
Okay.
And her and Jamie Foxx have a movie together.
Another one? Okay.
On Netflix. That I know I love them two together. That's why I said I got exciting news. And it's gonna be January 17th, the release. But you can watch the trailer now. The movie is called it's an action thriller. So it's
okay.
Called Back in Action. What a great name.
Well, there you go.
I love it. Well, and y'all know I love me some Jamie Foxx. Even though we waiting on, I gotta go do some digging for us. When his special coming out?
I know.
What in the
right? What was it called?
What had happened was.
So yeah, we definitely want to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put us up on that next week because we need some stuff to watch over the holidays, right?
Yeah. You know, Mario came out with the Christmas movie.
No, but I see Mariah's doing a special. And
you know, Mariah's gonna be in.
Love her.
She's gonna be at State Farm.
Oh, really?
This weekend.
Oh, nice.
So
nice, and she's doing one of her famous Christmas booms. I'm gonna give y'all all the info on it.
Okay.
I saw a little interview with her.
I'm excited. All right.
Well, guys, we gotta get into our topic of the night, and Shantae's gonna take us there.
So, guys, you have to be so careful when you have people who are typically not in your inner circle. Sometimes they are. And they're giving you advice, and the advice just doesn't really align with where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. You got to be very careful about the motive a person has behind giving you advice. So tonight we wanted to discuss people who have ulterior motives and giving you advice so that they can kind of get what they want.
And there's a lot of people like that, and it's very, very sad.
It's manipulation, really.
It's very, very sad. So, you know, like, for instance, you may have a friend that, you know, you're telling her about your boyfriend, whatever, husband, whatever.
And they like them.
No, I don't think, not like them. No, I'm not going there. But you think you're giving, you know, you're just venting to a friend, somebody that supposedly care about you, love you, whatever. And you think you're getting advice.
Yeah.
That, you know, a friend should give. But really their advice could have a motive like, oh, you know what? I'm going to just tell her stay away because when she's, you know, with her man or whatever, she never can hang out. She never can do anything. And so right now she's free and we could just be outside. Well, that wasn't the kind of advice you're actually looking for. Right. Like that advice benefits you, not me.
Right.
You know, and there's, I mean, I've literally seen, I mean, even, I ain't gonna go all the way there, but I've even seen people giving advice, you know, when a daughter-in-law is just talking to her mother-in-law, thinking, you know, I'm just getting advice from my mother-in-law on her child. Mm-hmm. But that daughter-in-law shuts down the money train that flows through the family. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the mother-in-law is giving the advice of leave and all this to get daughter-in-law out of the way so that her son could keep that money flowing. Yeah. Back to mom. And that's shitty.
Yeah, toxic friends, as Coy says, are very tricky.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is, what really is messed up about the situation is that sometimes people don't even know that they're giving you this advice to benefit themselves, but they're so self-centered
Mm-hmm.
that they don't even they can't even recognize that the advice that they're giving is only to benefit themselves.
Right, right. And
So
that's shitty.
it's like, okay, I am not saying that I don't want you to be happy and da 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 da, but I just feel like you would be better off if you do this, 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 and this. Me not even thinking to myself, it's gonna benefit me, but because of where I am and what I'm doing and where I'm trying to go, my advice is actually not the best for you. So I think you have to consider, especially if you think that you want to have some type of advice, you got to
Mm-hmm.
consider the source.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's very true. So
You got to
damn.
take things with a grain of salt at times.
I'm like, damn, I don't want to go here, but I'm gonna take it. Because it's 10 things and we gotta bring it there. But I am very cautious of, I have some family members
Mm.
that I travel to casinos with very often. Shantae will tell you guys. And they, like, I go for fun. They go to gamble. And they're very addicted to gambling. And, it's your family. So you just love them. And you may tell them certain things. I've, um, said certain things about my significant other or whatever without even realizing, like, my family's trying to shut that down because
No
he
casino.
because he shuts down the thousands they need while we're at the casino. He shuts it down. Like, that's crazy, so they need him out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, need him out of the way.
Yeah.
But not even realizing, like, yo, I'm getting advice from, I mean, of course you want him out of the way. He's shutting down this, me being involved in this gambling money.
Yeah.
So
That
you do really have to weigh it all out.
and you got it, and so the best thing that I think that you can talk to or tell people is, like, I hear what you're saying, and then in your heart you have to know you have to take things with a grain of salt.
Right.
um Not every piece of advice is going to be the piece of advice that really helps you move the needle,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think, getting advice from your inner circle, it can be okay at times, but not always can you tell everybody everything.
Right.
That's kind of the unfortunate thing. You may have your select few that you tell like
Mm-hmm.
every little dirty detail, but I mean, it's hard because people's people's advice is swayed by their own personal situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you're going through something, then the advice that you may give me may not be what I need to hear, even though it might not be bad advice. It's just not the right advice for me.
Right. Right.
And
That's very true.
like Robin says, unfortunately, you have to be very selective
Yeah,
on who you share things with, and I
that's
and I
very true.
totally agree with that because, like I said, you just don't know. Nobody is 100% pure of uh without any type of drama, even though your drama may not be the exact same drama as mine, but it does shape the way that you think and feel about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so for that, it's very hard to find a person who is extremely objective and not subjective. Because when you're objective, you can kind of look at it and you're not putting your feelings in it at all. And you're just kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, so here are what the facts are, and let's kind of dive into the facts and see how that relates back to you. Most people are not like that.
Right, right. And you know, I don't give advice on, I'm a listener. Just let me listen. I don't give it, and I especially don't give advice on situations I've never experienced and whatever. You know, I had a young lady call me yesterday. She's in a whole different industry from me. We both hold the same role as far as leadership, but we're in two different industries. And I had to tell her, I've never
Dealt
worked
with
in your
that.
industry. I've never, I wouldn't even know what to tell you because I don't know anything about it.
So I will say that I
Period.
am definitely not like that. I try to put my self in that person's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I try to take myself out of it as much as I can, but not always does that happen, because if they're your friend, mostly friends are gonna try to come and get advice. You're not gonna find a stranger coming to get advice from you. So,
Right.
some of the advice may be a little more on the protective side because I don't want to see that friend hurt. But I try my hardest that if one of my friends really needs some advice, I try to listen, and I try to just put myself in their shoes and say, okay, if it were me and this was happening to me, what choice could I make? But I try to be more logical because I'm not as emotionally tied to the situation.
Right. Right.
So I can't say that if I don't know anything about it or if I've never been through it before that I won't weigh in on it. But a lot of the times, like I said, I just try to be logical about whatever
Mm-hmm.
advice that I'm giving, because when you're in it, it's difficult. It's difficult to like be in it and not have any type of emotion. Where your homegirl, she gonna be emotional, but she ain't gonna be emotional in the same way that you are.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But I do think people have to be very careful because sometimes people are giving you advice with a motive that
Intent
benefits them.
Right, intentional or unintentional, it
Yeah.
definitely happens more than we think. It's like, okay,
Yeah, for sure. A lot.
yeah, it's like
So you have to be really, really careful.
because you got to think, when you're asking for advice, you're in a very vulnerable state.
Yeah.
So in that moment where you might have been able to be like, oh no, they're trying to play me, like it's almost like you can't even see it
Mm-hmm.
because you're so blinded by whatever else is going on that you kind of want to talk through. You can't even see the fact. So it's like, you don't want to not have a safe space, but sometimes you got to keep it to yourself for a minute before you can
Mm-hmm.
let anybody else in. You got to have time to sit with yourself,
For sure.
you know,
I definitely agree with that. For
and,
sure.
and kind of make some decisions in your mind about, okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? How am I doing it? And then the other advice is either just the icing on the cake or just a different way to think about things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I often, if I'm going to ask for advice, I often am looking for somebody who's going to have a different perspective.
Right, right.
I don't want somebody to just tell me yes all the time. I want somebody to give me a different perspective, but I don't want it to be so far gone that it ain't even benefiting me no more.
Right, right. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So it's like just a kind of a crazy line that we walk trying to get there. But I'm not. I in no way am saying get rid of your village, because I believe that you have to have a village. No one was intended to walk on this earth alone. So, but sometimes you just gotta be aware. Make up your mind as to what you may or may not want to do. And then the other advice is really just a different way to think about it. So most times I already know, okay, this is what I think I want to do, but I just want to hear a different perspective at this point.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah, it's
that.
like, okay, I know what I'm going to do, but what do you think about it?
Mm-hmm.
And then it might make me say, maybe I want to do it that way. But, I already walked into this already kind of knowing what I'm doing.
Right. And sometimes, yeah. And sometimes people give you advice, even in your own circle and family, because they're envy. So you do have to be careful. I've seen friends that, are not happy for other friends tell them, oh, I would just quit that job. Well, why would you tell me that? What the?
Right. Right.
Like,
that's just one situation in 365 days that you working, honey.
Yeah, like, I'm
like, hey, you tripping.
I don't know about that, but
right.
Continue. Yeah. So you do have to be very careful, for sure.
For sure. We're at our 5 minutes. And I think I have a 5-minute tip for everybody.
Oh, good. I'll share mine next week. I have one.
Now that we're coming into the holiday season, right? Yeah, I like to buy gifts. I am a gift giver. Okay. that is like my peanut butter and jelly. I love buying gifts for my friends.
Okay.
But this year, I've decided that I'm not going to go overboard like I normally do.
Okay.
I'm going to ball on a budget. So I have my list that I am going through, and I've decided that it's a 2-item maximum.
What does that mean?
That means for each person that I plan to buy a gift for, it's a 2-item maximum. Because I can get overboard. I'm like, oh, I bought you a shirt. I bought you some socks. I bought you a shoe. I bought you a jacket. Okay. I bought you a this. I bought you a that. I'm just going ham. I'm like,
I like it.
So I have decided that I'm only going to do a 2-gift maximum.
Okay.
For my friends. Not that I don't love y'all, but I need to be on a budget.
So is this the tip?
This is
telling us,
telling
everybody max it at 2 gifts.
No. So the tip is, whatever it is you want to do, plan it out before you do it and then stick to your plan. So for me, it's all about saving a little bit of money this year, but still staying in the Christmas spirit. So my budget is that I'm at a 2-gift max.
All right. Well, I like that. So plan it out. Y'all know I'm all about the planning these days.
Yes, she is, y'all. Doesn't she look fabulous?
I've been planning.
She's been planning.
But I forgot to look at the weather last night, so my workout I planned for this morning
didn't quite work.
It had to change. Because I forgot to look at the weather. Yeah.
So I
was dressed and ready.
Look, and she was looking at the weather before we came on, so she can make sure she get that.
Making sure I'm planning for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold, guys. 42 degrees. So, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Well,
you know what? We got 3 more minutes. So if you want to give your tip.
Oh, I'll give. Okay, yeah, holiday special. You guys get 2
twofer.
2 tips. So, you know how our phones make all these photo albums for us.
Yeah.
Of your trip.
Yeah.
Your friends or whatever. Well, I have decided to, and it's cheap. Okay. I've decided for a couple of my friends, so now they're gonna know what they're getting. But for a couple of my friends, my albums took me way back, and I was like, oh my God. So I made a digital printable book where I could send the photos in digitally, and it was like $25. So it's not that expensive, but it's such a memorable, great gift, I think.
Yeah.
For sure. And then so there's just so many fun things you can do. I went to Walgreens also, and I think CVS might do it. I'm not sure, but for sure Walgreens. And I chose some family photos that I wanted, just not in my phone, but I wanted them tangible to go in an old school photo album. Oh. So I was able to print those, and that's really, really fun. But you can do these, take your digital photos, send them, and then they'll mail you the book. And they
Oh,
run
that's
between,
cute.
I mean, they run between $10, depending on what you want.
And how
$10,
much? How many? Yeah.
up to 80, $100 or whatever. But you
Right.
don't have to do the expensive one
Yeah, if you're
because it's
feeling
just
froggy.
cute. Yeah, mine was $25.
Yeah. So I think that's great. Memories are always the best gifts. I will say that.
Yeah, and when your phone take you back 10 years, good Lord, I'm like, oh,
Man,
Jesus.
man, I can't.
Remember when? Oh God.
Sometimes I get sad when I see some memories, but it makes you happy to know that you actually had got a chance to make them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Well,
right. Well, that's our time. And we will see you next week. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just have a burning topic that you want to discuss or you want us to discuss on Tea and Things, you can hit us up at tnthings, THANGZ, at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.
see you next Wednesday.
Peace.
Same